Welcome. In this video we shall go through a couple of self-defense techniques. We might call it low impact self-defense. So self-defense with minimal damage to the attacker. This is typical what you want to use for professional use. Either you are a bouncer or you work in health, or you work in schools, or any place where you can be subjected to violence. In some cases, though we might call it low impact self-defense, in some cases, if there is a threat to your health or your life, which it can happen, you have to think about yourself first of all. Even if you hurt your attacker, it's got to be okay, because you have to think about yourself first of all, or we shall try to inflict minimal damage. It's very, very important that this idea of minimal damage does not overshadow the thought about your own safety, because that is the most important. We shall try some different cases where I will handle the attacker with as little force as possible. So we'll begin with just some basic wrist holds, which is very, very common. If he starts here, he grabs my wrist with his left hand. So the same side. It's going to be a different technique depending on which side he is. So he grab, and I'm going to tell him, in every technique we do, I'm going to tell him to use as much force as he can. Because when you train this, you can't just play. You have to use actual force, because if you train without any force, you won't be able to do it if there is force. And there is going to be force. If someone is going to attack you, there is going to be force. There is going to be power, there is going to be force. You have to be able to handle force. Grab all you can, as hard as you can. And I shall use as little force as I can. The first thing I do is I open my hand, because if I open my hand, what's going to happen, I will ask him, what's happening when I open my hand?
When you open your hand, you are expanding your muscles, so my grip gets wider and it's more looser.
Exactly. I expand my wrist. When I open my hand like this, my wrist is expanding. If I contract it into a fist, it's also expanding a little bit, but if I open it, it's expanding more, right?
Mm.
See? Very, very simple, like that. I'm using body movement like that, like that, right? Good, and I can grab a hold of his wrist here, so I have control. Look how I'm stepping on his foot. See? I have control here. We'll take it one step at a time. Grab again. Like that. I'm grabbing there, right? There is still no damage to the opponent. I just have control. If I want, I can put him all the way down. Pressure with my knee, like that. Right? Now I have full control. He can't move. Again. Come a little bit lower. It's going to give you a better grip. Right on the wrist. It's going to give you a better grip. See? Open. Moving to the side. Look how I'm stepping on his foot. Grab a hold there. Like that. It's a little bit more advanced technique. Still, it's very, very effective, right? We ain't going to go into these very, very advanced techniques now. Try on the other hand. Same technique, just from the other side, right? Expanding like that. Grabbing a hold of his wrist there, like that. See how I'm using my own body movement all the time. Again, full force, as hard as you can. Expanding like that. Moving. See how I move my body. Grab. Like that. Just for control. Because sometimes you actually need to control your attacker. If you don't control him, he's going to attack you again. Try again with this one. Also, it's going to be very, very likely that he's going to try to punch you. He's going to try to punch you if he grabs you. He's going to do this both. So try to punch me. Move to the side. Just block. Do the same technique. Other side this. Punch with the right. Like that, right? Now I can do like that. Everything is about body movement. Like that, blocking. Good, down. And one more. That. See, it's combination. Combination. I'm blocking the punch while I'm moving to the side. Right? Taking that up and down. Like that. Controlling like that. And that's the same side grab. Same side grab. But he might grab you with that hand instead. You can't do the same technique. See, you can't do the same technique. You have to move to that side. Like that. Grab as hard as you can. I'm going to use only body movement. Only body movement. As little power as possible. Right? Down. See how I expand, I take it down, I break his balance. Right? Like that. Again, same lock. Shift. Grab. Very hard. Down. Good. See how I'm using my legs all the time. It's very, very important to use the legs. That. Down. Up like that. Control there. Here I can break his wrist if I want to. That lock can also come with a punch, of course. So if you grab like that, yeah, you can grab with the left hand, strike with the right, right? See, I'm just using the same technique. But this time I'm blocking his punch with his own hand. Again, good, like that, same thing. Like that. Same lock, same lock. Last time, grab that hand, punch as hard as you can, come on. See, it's all about balance. So those are the single hand grabs. He might also grab both of your hands. What are you going to do then? You can't do the same technique. You can't do the same technique. But you want to do like that. You want to attack the thumbs. You want to come on the outside of his hands like that. Now you are right into his line. What you want to do, if you don't want to hurt him, you just want to come here and you want to take him down like that. You want to be on the inside, like that, right? Again, as hard as you can. Expanding. Coming up here, good. Always controlling, always controlling. Very, very important. You might also grab you like that and shove you towards the wall, for example. Shove. Come on. You do the same thing. You do the same thing. You go over there and you grab some. Like what? Again. Grab. But down. Down. See how I'm attacking the thumbs. You see? I'm attacking the thumbs like that. Again. Hard. Come on. Shove. Put. Down. Down. Put. He's taking down. He's taking down. And I want to show another one. I find it quite unlikely, but it could happen that he grabs one of your hands with both of his hands, and he grabs very hard. Could be very, very hard to move, right? But you're just going to do the same thing. See how I use balance? I break his balance all the time. Everything is about balance. Come on. Right? Like that. Using locks again. Locks to control him. Last time. Like that. Lock. Still, I have not hurt him at all. I just control him. So now we are going to look at a few different strangulation holds. It's potentially very, very dangerous. If someone is trying to strangle you, you have to be prepared to actually hurt them. You don't need to hurt them in all cases, but you have to be prepared to hurt them, because if they strangle you, you might actually die. You might faint, you might die. You'd rather hurt them than die yourself. This is the harsh truth. That's how it is. So we shall start with just basic. I will show you how I get out of it without actually using any technique at all. I will just get out of the stranglehold. And again, I'm going to ask him to use full force. That's what's going to happen. People are going to use full force if they want to strangle you or if they want to do anything else. They're not going to play with you. They're going to use full force. See, very, very dangerous, because it's pushing right into my air tube. It's going to shut off my air tube. It's going to be a few seconds and I'm going to faint. If I can't avoid it. Again. See, this is a very simple move. It might look very simple. It is very simple too. Come on. What I'm doing here, first of all, I use my chin. I use my chin, pushing down on his thumbs with my chin. Come on. And I lift my shoulder. I lift this shoulder. And when I lift this shoulder and I turn to the side, I'm actually breaking his grip. This just slides off because I turn backwards. This one, I'm lifting off like that. This is actually without me using any technique at all. I still have my hands, so I can do a lot of things. This is just actually to get out of it. Come on. See, on the other side, I will do it on the other side. Come on. See? Again, see how I step on his foot. It's a very, very good habit to step on your attacker's foot. See? From here I can do many things. Again, last time. Up, like that. Right? But you don't just want to do that, because this is just to show you how I get out of it. But you don't just want to do that. Because even if I do that, you're me now. Right? Get out of it. What I can do now is I can just continue on like this. See? You don't want that to happen. You do not want it to happen. So you have to prevent it. You have to prevent any follow-up attack. You don't just want to get away. You have to prevent your attacker from following up with a new attack. Right? Good. Placing my hand right here on this hand. And this, bang! Up there. I don't need to punch. I can punch very, very hard if I want to. Bang! I can really hurt him. Or I can just push him away. Good, like that, right? I'm using a very, 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 very simple wrist lock now. Again. Bah! See how I catch his hand here in a wrist lock? I can use it very hard and brutal. Bah! I can break his wrist if I want to. But it takes some time to learn these wrist locks, so I'm going to do it very simple now. For purpose of self-defense. Come on. Bah! See? Away. So I'm just breaking his balance. See? I'm just breaking his balance. I'm actually not using a very advanced wrist lock, I'm just breaking the balance. So, same movement, like that, only I'm adding this hand, and down, down. From here you have control. You can choose to use another wrist lock to keep him in place, like that. Right? If he wants to kill you, if he really wants to strangle you, I do advise you to punch as hard as you can. Bam, bam, good. Try from this side. Let them have the. We just do it this way. You know what I'm saying? See, this hand is shooting up between his hands, like that. Bam, like that. Grabbing the wrist. Down. Grab as hard as you can. Movement. Right? Balance. Breaking the balance. See how I place my foot? See how I place my foot? It's very important. See, and grab the fingers. One more. Like that. Simple wrist lock. Very simple wrist lock. There might also be the scenario where he strangles you with one hand. He strangles you with one hand. And then he punches you with the other one. Bam! Either with a fist or like a slap. Bam! Right? This also might be a scenario. A very likely scenario, actually. Right? So, you are basically doing the same thing. Come on. Punch. See? I'm just blocking, grabbing the hand. Good. Taking him down again. See? He's blocking there, grabbing, same, but down. Other hand. Most people are right-handed, so this is more likely to happen. Grabbing, moving out of the way, right? Taking that one down. grab as hard as you can, punch as hard as you can. But just moving out, just moving out. No fancy thing, just stopping hand. Stopping hand. Go. Right? See again how I use my body movement to take it down. It's just movement. It's just breaking the balance and movement. See? Out. Control this one. See? Control. Yes, control. Last time. Out, away, in, and that. Control. I don't hurt him a lot, but I control him. If I want, I can hurt him a lot. Okay, so next and last thing for this video is going to be a strangulation hold from behind, which can also be very, very, very dangerous. It's going to be 10 seconds, you're going to faint if he strangles you really hard. It's not just that you block the airflow, but you also actually block the blood flow to the brain, right here. So it's very, very dangerous. You have to be able to get out of that hold very, very fast. And we will start here. There are many steps to this technique. Many steps to this. If he comes from behind and tries to grab my neck. If I'm awake and he's not extremely fast, I can manage to grab his hand before he gets a real hold, right? So I can manage to grab his hand before that. With both my hands. See, one on the upside, one on with this way, with the thumb above, and one with the fingers above, right? So I go under his hand, like that. And I have a control here. See? Try again. Good! See, I have to be very fast here. And I have to move out. Move out and under. See how I'm twisting? It's hard to see, but he can feel it. I'll try again. Be fast now. I'm just using body movement, and I'm crushing his fingers here. You could probably hear it. One more time. Good. See? One, like that, thumb here, right in the wrist. Other one here. Using my finger to crush his muscles. Like that. Under. See? Control. I'm just having control. I still haven't hurt him. But second scenario is if I am slightly not here. If I'm thinking, if I'm in a conversation with somebody. So I'm not very, very focused. And he actually manages to get a real hold before I can react. It's more difficult. It's fully possible to still get out of it. You have to do it in a different way. But if you manage to, you can run like that, right? See, I can't pull it down there now. I can't pull it down there. If I try to do like that now, I'm just gonna put myself into a guillotine like that, right? I don't want to land up here. I do not want to land up here. So again, strangle, come on. I have to move the other way. I'm using my fingers here. Yeah, it really hurts. I think he can confirm it really hurts.
It does.
Try again. Use force. Come on. So I have to turn my neck over here because I want to breathe. I don't want to have it here. I want to have my Adam's apple right here. right in there. But again, see how I'm using my right leg to take him down, combined with body movement. See? Here. Like that, right? Again, strangle hard. Come on. It really it does hurt. It really does hurt. Again, as hard as you can. Come on. I have to move. Like that. It's definitely a good thing to have strong fingers, but not everybody have very, very strong fingers. So you have to actually trust your body movement more than the fingers. You will use your fingers, but if you don't have a very, very thick jacket or your fingers are not very, very strong, it might not have a very, very big impact. So just look at the body movement. So twisting here, gripping down. See, I'm using my right leg, combined with body movement. Last time. Twisting, so I can breathe. See? And in control. I always want to be in control, right? Still, I have not hurt him. And then, something which is going to be quite unlikely to happen in an ordinary fight or attack, but it's if your attacker knows how to strangle you for real. Right? I'm going to demonstrate what I mean. See from the side here, I do like that. I come here and I actually grab a hold like that. 10 seconds and he's going to be out. Because I'm squeezing on the side of his neck. It's very, very dangerous hold. Very, very dangerous. It might happen. Probably will not, but it might happen. Might happen. Basically, you want to do the same thing. Right? I'm doing the same thing. It's just slightly harder to do it. It's more dangerous and it's slightly harder to do it. I'm doing the exact same thing. See? Oh, come on, get the hold. Come on. Up. Come on. One more. Get the hold as hard as you can. Come on. One more time. He's going to grab me as hard as he can. He's going to try to strangle me out. See, I'm using my right leg to take him down. Last time. I can do a lot from here.